It's buff time for the Trickster. It now requires only 6 knives to hit a survivor to damage rather than 8. The time required between hits before a survivor's laceration meter starts to decay is now 10 seconds rather than 20 seconds, and the rate of decay is now 0.3 per second when running and 0.4 per second all other times, rather than 0.235 per second and 0.175 per second. Okay, I'm gonna hope that I can display that visually in some way that makes sense, because just reading it out is like gibberish. This has been done to make chases feel faster in terms of both the Trickster being able to down survivors using his ability and survivors being able to dodge hits for long enough to reduce their laceration. Hitting a survivor with a basic attack also now loses 3 laceration rather than 4. Main event now has a 0.5 second activation time rather than 1.5 seconds. The number of knives required to activate it is now 30, and the amount of time that you can hold it before using it is now 30 seconds. This makes it a little bit stronger, as you can pick and choose when to use it rather than having to do it immediately, and reducing the distance that a survivor can run while it's being activated. When hitting a survivor with a knife, there's also now a hit marker. Mom, get the camera! As part of this round of changes, several of the Trickster's add-ons have been altered or reworked. Fizz Spin Soda now grants 1 bonus laceration on first hit rather than 2. Iridescent Photo Card now makes survivors exposed after 4 or 5 hits rather than just 5, which was actually 7, but you require less knives to damage a survivor now, so it's a double buff, really. Death Throws Compilation now replenishes knives fully when main event ends, and Lucky Blade and Waiting For You Watch now have completely new effects and extend main event's duration when hitting a survivor with a blade. 2 of his perks are undergoing some pretty significant changes too. No Way Out now offers a base exit gate blockage time of 12 seconds, and each token increases this time by 12 seconds. It now also only activates when a survivor first interacts with an exit gate and gives the killer a noise notification. This is pretty immense. Previously, it was basically useless because survivors would often get to the gates after its effect had expired. This means that you'll know not only which gate they're working on, but also extends any given game by up to 60 seconds at a pivotal moment. Hex Crowd Control now keeps fast vaulted windows blocked for 20 seconds rather than 14 seconds. Those are all the Trickster related changes. Now onto the other stuff. Quickfire. 1. The new survivor models will be released in the next update. 2. There are 2 totally new tutorials that use the bot system to simulate a real game rather than splitting things off into mini scenarios. 3. You can now disable the killer hook counter, score events, and player names from the UI. 4. Pallet hits are being totally reworked. They're now timestamped and compared to the timestamp of a swing. In theory, this will mean that you won't ever get hit and stun the killer again, regardless of latency. I'm honestly shocked that it wasn't doing this to begin with, but I guess that's a leave-over of peer-to-peer. How long ago did we move from peer-to-peer? It was like 2 years ago, right? I'm so glad this basic stuff still hasn't been implemented. Thank you, behavior. A similar thing is being looked at for grabs, thank goodness, but it isn't ready just yet. So instead, if a grab is interrupted, it will now cause the killer to swing, so you'll at least get a hit on the survivor. And that is all. What do you think of these changes? I'm excited to see behavior actually looking at the game's dire netcode, as it was long overdue, and hopefully this leads to significantly less frustration in the game. Similarly, the changes to Trickster Trickster? Who's Trickster? Similarly, the changes to Trickster all seem positive, although, again, I'm gonna wait and see how they play out in-game before passing any sort of judgment on it. The PTV for this update goes live on Wednesday, the 7th of July, and hopefully we'll see it roll out to live around early August. Oh, yeah, big news, by the way. I'm officially partnered on Twitch. It came as a big surprise, as I've been rejected twice, and my stats for the last 2 weeks haven't been so stellar, as I've not really been playing DBD very much and have been doing significantly shorter streams when I have. But there you go. Neat. We've got a whole load of new emotes. I'm now streaming at 1080p 60 because of guaranteed transcoding, and I've created a new stream team called PlebNet, full of lovely, high-quality, not necessarily DBD, but high-quality individuals. I'm also going to be recommitting to a new schedule of 11 a.m. BST, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so stop by if you fancy. And if not, or if so, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Floating, and my arm's in a really weird position. This is bad. Bye.